Seems like Helldivers 2 players are too busy wiping the Terminid goo off of their armor to see a familiar force itching to invade Super-Earth. In fact, the alien scum might already be in our midst. Still think managed democracy is safe?
Sounds too good to be true.
It's a fine time for theorizing in Helldivers 2. As players continue to wage war across the galaxy, they're also starting to look at the game on a deeper level, and some of what they're discovering is pretty shocking. Players are working out the dark ties between the automatons and humanity, and while looking at the inner workings of High Command and Super-Earth, some have started to believe that we're being tricked into making the galaxy worse by following major orders. The true intentions of Super-Earth are still very much up for debate, but while doing a little digging, one Reddit user found an alarming detail about enemies who've supposedly come to the planet.
They're here.
Every planet in Helldivers 2 lists the enemies that have died on it, and Super-Earth actually has 16 confirmed Illuminate kills. For fans who know their Helldivers lore, this discovery may have huge implications for the future of the game and the fate of Super-Earth itself. If Helldivers 2 is your first foray into this franchise, then you probably only have the vaguest idea of what the Illuminate is. Maybe you've seen people talking about blue laser beams being sighted throughout the galaxy, and maybe you heard about players catching Arrowhead CEO Johan Pilestut lying about the existence of said lasers. Without knowing the larger context to these stories and rumors, may be a bit confusing.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
In the original Helldivers, which was set 100 years prior to the current game, the Illuminate were a major enemy faction, easily identifiable because of their gleaming white technology and the aforementioned blue lasers fired by their snipers. Thanks in large part to those snipers, the Illuminate were some of the more challenging enemies you could face in the game. The Illuminate aren't officially in Helldivers 2 just yet, but the real story is obviously more complicated than that. Multiple players have seen their lasers being fired on various planets, and despite the game's creative director initially saying, quote, "Blue lasers aren't real, it can't hurt you," everyone is preparing for the worst. The new discovery of confirmed Illuminate kills on Super-Earth is just further proof that a big reveal may be just around the corner. However, some gamers aren't so sure about this seemingly impossible detail. The aforementioned Reddit post got some big reactions from the rest of the Helldivers 2 community, but not everyone is sold on the Super-Earth stats being at all significant. One user noted that they, quote, "occasionally see one Helldiver on planets like Cyberstan." This comment, of course, refers to a planet that's been off limits in the war so far. They added, "My guess is the devs test things from time to time and the location gets logged weird because they aren't actually in a deployable zone." Others were fully prepared to go into tinfoil hat mode. One of the more popular theories is that the Illuminate have done some small-scale attacks on Super-Earth in preparation for an even bigger invasion. Another user wrote, "Imagine we conquer the outer sectors of the star map to then have the inner sectors attacked by the Illuminate." The only thing this latest discovery definitely confirms is that the Illuminate exist in some form in Helldivers 2. We basically knew as much already, but now we have some hard evidence. All that's left now is to wait for them to make their move and respond in force. Time for players to grind out some nearly impossible missions to train for the next wild turn of the galactic war. If the fighting comes to Super-Earth, the Helldivers fanbase will be ready for it.
Oh, you haven't been thrashed enough yet, eh?